My name is Ian Walsh, and I'm with Hard Money Bankers Pennsylvania, and I'm going to discuss today what hard money is and how it works. A lot of people have that question. It's something that I don't want to overlook, so I'm going to try to go through a step-by-step process in what it is and how it works. So, in the event that a flipper, most likely, comes to us and says, "Hey, Ian, I have a project that I would like to have purchase, which is normally a property that your typical average bank will not lend on because it's not in a condition where they're interested in A-type properties." So when your property comes to us and it's burned out or it's dated and it needs renovations, you would say to me, "Ian, I need money for the acquisition and I need money for the construction." That's where a hard money lender such as us would come in play and say, "Okay, let's take a look at the deal." We would then supply the funds for the transaction, and you would go ahead and renovate it and then flip it, typically for the exit on the resale. So with that said, I would be the one in the area that I would actually do the underwriting on the project. A good local hard money lender, you'll be able to send the details of the flip to them. Usually they'll need about the construction numbers, which is the full renovation cost to bring the property up to speed with where it needs to be for the comparable sales in the area to bring it to a level where it matches the condition of the other properties. So we have the construction budget, which is important, and also the acquisition price, which is really important. So a very typical situation that you might run into with, or that I see, or an example I would give is a borrower maybe is going to buy a property at 50 grand, put 50 grand in, and then they're going to resell it potentially at 150,000 for a profit. So that's a very cookie cutter example of it, and we would supply the acquisition and construction funding. Different lending companies do it differently, and everybody's got different stipulations. And I always recommend using a local, hard money lender. We're in the Philadelphia and South Jersey areas, Maryland, D.C., and Northern Virginia. So, but you want to deal with somebody that can give you an answer quick. Speed is a huge factor in the hard money lending business because it's private money that we typically can, assign to or put with a property, collateralized, as they say in our business. So it's not a bank. We're not as concerned with maybe your credit as a bank would be, or not as concerned with other elements of the underwriting process that a typical national bank would do. And you need to close your deal with us in maybe 5 days, whereas a bank might say, "Hey, 45 to 60 days out, we can close." It's just two different worlds. Even though we're called hard money bankers, it's not the same thing. So speed is a huge element of what we do. Also, the duration of the note in hard money lending is typically, you're going to maybe see on the short end of 6 months, but more likely 9 to 12 months, maybe as high as 18 months. It's not long-term financing. You're going to see rates all over the board, but you're typically a double-digit rate to use the money. And then you're also going to be in a position, though, where depending on how the loan is structured, with our loans, the money runs you about 1.16% per month. So the faster you are with renovating your property, renovating it and turning it over, the cheaper the money actually is for you. A lot of people don't know that about hard money, is that they get wrapped up in the initial rate, but the reality is the faster they are, the cheaper it is for them. So hopefully that gives you a rundown as to what hard money is, how it's used, who uses it. Investors can use it. There's also bridge financing, or landlords that can use our money in similar capacities. But if you have an investment property, you're probably looking for private or hard money. Interchangeable terms. People just call private money that, because I guess hard money sounds more harsh. But hopefully that gave you a nice education on what hard money is. Hopefully you'll be giving us a call soon. I'm not sure if you have my direct contact information probably in the video, but it's 215-839-3271, 215-839-3271 at hardmoneybankers.com.